The affirmative action policy enacted by President Obama in 2016 has caused much uproar over racial inequality in universities. In 2016, the U.S. Supreme Court narrowly voted to uphold race-conscious admissions in a Blumback case by Abigail Fisher, a white woman denied admission to the University of Texas. According to the Pew Research Center in 2022, 3 in 4 respondents, or 74%, said that race or ethnicity should not be a consideration, which has remained constant since 1978. While the United States has become considerably more diverse, these numbers have remained unchanged. While ethnic minorities will continue to be beneficiaries of the law, they do not believe the law is fair. Today we are going to learn why the U.S. government must take action to address the racial inequality in university admissions. We will examine the problem, effects, and solution of affirmative action in the United States universities. We have a severe problem. Students every day are denied acceptance to universities based on race, and ethnicity. Millions of students are being denied admission to top universities based on race, as shown in a recent case before the Supreme Court where an advocacy group called Students for Fair Admissions, suing Harvard and the University of North Carolina, are denying admission based on race. In an attempt to diversify campuses, they have now done the opposite by imposing racial stereotypes from day one. Students are judged in classes by their race, not their merit and personal achievements. This is a huge problem. Now let's discuss the effects. There are 3 significant effects: students being racially profiled during the application process, mismatched academic levels in university classrooms, and reinforced stereotypes. Number 1, racial profiling of prospective students. Prospective Asian American students have become the latest victims of discrimination because affirmative action incentivizes universities to have levels of diversity similar to the population. Asian Americans account for 5.9% of the population. To affect such a small portion of the population is discriminatory and sets the ethnic group back years. Asian Americans have consistently been overrepresented in college demographics. This meant that in order to represent differing demographics, fewer Asian American students could be admitted to universities. Furthermore, Asian American test scores have always been disproportionately higher than the rest of the population. To get the cream of the crop from that demographic, the standard for Asian American prospective students had to rise above what would have been previously acceptable levels. Mismatched academic levels in the classroom. A study from the National Association of Scholars showed that affirmative action had lowered the academic standards in university classrooms. Students who would have otherwise not gone into the school, students with lower GPAs and test scores, have been accepted. The study also showed that by lowering the standard in classrooms, fellow students' growth is negatively affected. The saying, iron sharpens iron, is very applicable here. Students with high drive and intelligence have often challenged and forced each other to improve and improvise in the classroom and the real world. With lowering academic standards, the challenge posed in classrooms by peers has decreased. Third, reinforced stereotypes. Reinforce tokenism. The appearance that the only reason a prospective student got into the school is because of factors that help the school's diversity quota. This article stated by Penn State stated that it reinforces the stereotype that ethnic minorities are somehow not as good as their Caucasian and Asian American counterparts, and need handouts and different rules to get them to the same places. People in business and education have both voiced this offensive stereotype over the years, giving the appearance of being in the location they are, not because they have the brains to stand in the same room, but because they have the right skin color or gender to help hit the diversity numbers. The universities or firms need to look good in the eyes of the media and the loudest voices in the room. We know these effects can devastate students, so let's explore the solution. There is a straightforward solution. The U.S. government needs to implement a law requiring universities nationwide to remove name and race from all admission documents. In addition to implementing this federal law, we need to vote in favor of our government representatives who support this cause and are determined to put an end to racial inequality in universities, and favor the existing lawsuit against the numerous universities in the question of racial profiling. Today we learned why the U.S. government must take action against racial inequality in university admissions. Stereotypes, failing classroom standards, and mismatched academic levels in classrooms create a learning environment that can feel lopsided and not prepare students for the rigors of corporate America. Students must be as prepared as possible to enter the job market. Putting students in academic settings that are too easy or strenuous does not prepare them for life outside of academia. We looked at the problem, effects, and solutions. Remember now, according to the Pew Research Center in 2022, 74% of respondents agreed that race should not be a factor in the university admissions process. This is so important, and we do not want to fall victim to racial inequality in admissions, like our peer, Abigail Fisher, who was denied admission to the University of Texas in 2016 for the color of her skin. Thank you.